All right, welcome to Big Brother All-Stars Simulation. Now this will look a little bit different because I have the people that I thought were the best to play Big Brother All-Stars Big Brother 7. So we have Danielle, who was very good in her season in Big Brother 3 Simulation. Drew, who went out early but was a favorite to win. Eric, who was the runner-up. Erica, who won Big Brother 4. Hardy, who came in 5th but was a strong player. Howie, who came in 3rd. Will, who was the runner-up because he took out a weak player and Karen ended up winning. Jack, who surprised people and came, I think, 3rd. Janelle, who won every veto almost, and almost every head of household. Jason, who played an excellent strategic game. Nicole, who let 2 pawns go to the end and one of them win. Karen, who shocked with a win. Kaser, who was a fan favorite and could have easily have won. And Lisa, who just missed the finale. So let's go to the first head of household to see where we stand. And Jack and Jason win joint head of household. So first time in a while that Janelle does not win the first head of household. But let's see what happens for nominations. So we have one winner winning head of household. So let's see what that does. Janelle is safe. And we have Nicole and Will nominated for eviction. So they're going after some of the earlier players. So Lisa and Karen are selected. And Lisa wins Power of Veto. Will she use it? She does not. So either Nicole or Will are going home. Howie. So 2 votes Nicole, 3 votes Nicole, 4. Then we have a vote for Will from Hardy. Nicole. Janelle voting for Will. Nicole. Will. And the first person evicted from All Stars Big Brother Simulation is Nicole by a 7-3 vote. Now, I think there's a battle back, so Nicole could come back. Let's see if Janelle can reclaim her HOH title. And surprisingly, she does not. Karen wins head of household. So Karen's a winner, and we know winners tend to stick together, so we might see Janelle laying low this season. Janelle is, of course, safe. And we have Eric and Jack nominated for eviction. So some interesting matchups. I think they're going to probably try to get rid of Eric. But Jack could go home too. Hardy, Will, and Kaser are selected to participate. And Karen wins the power of veto. She's gone from the pawn to a very established player. Karen uses the power of veto on Eric and surprisingly names Danielle as the replacement. So let's see where she goes with this. Jack, Danielle, Jack, Danielle, 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 Jack, Danielle, Jack, Jack. So I think just barely. And shockingly, the vote is a tie. Karen decides to evict Danielle. So that's second week in a row we have a female being evicted. All right. So let's proceed to the next head of household competition. and see if we see a trend. Will wins head of household. And he has saved Janelle first. So, that's an interesting nomination. Will nominates Lisa and Jason for eviction. We know that Jason, I don't think, was nominated at all that season. So Janelle, Erica, and Drew participate. We know Janelle was a queen of vetoes, so let's see if she still is. Oh, but shockingly, she has competition this season, and Jason wins veto. Jason uses the veto on himself, and Jack is the replacement. Lisa and Jack are nominated. So let's see if... I think it's probably going to be Lisa. Tied up. Lisa. 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 And by a vote of 5-4, we see a third female being evicted in Lisa. We still have all of our winners in the game. Interesting. They may be running the game. Kaser wins head of household. Where does he go with nominations? He nominates Jack and Karen. He probably doesn't know about the Winners Alliance. So he nominates Jack, seems to be the pawn this season, and Karen a winner. Erica, Drew, and Will participate, and Kaser wins veto. And Kaser does not use the power of veto. So if we're going by the odds, Karen doesn't look like she has a lot behind her. But she does have the Winners Alliance, that's secret. So Jack, Karen, Jack, Karen. Oh, Erica flips on her own alliance and Karen. But it's not enough because the vote is a tie, and Kaser breaks the tie, sending Jack home. So we have our first male evicted. Janelle wins her first head of household, a thing she did every other week in Big Brother 6. We know she's not going to target a winner. She nominates Eric and her seemingly alliance mate, Will. Jason, Kaser, and Drew participate. And Jason wins his second POV. And he uses the power of veto on his BB3 mate, Eric. And Janelle names Hardy as the replacement. We're likely going to see the end of Hardy this week. And yes, almost every vote but 2 for Hardy. By a vote of 5-2, Hardy is evicted from the Big Brother house. And let's go to the next head of household, where Kaser does his second HOH. Might be a BB6 winner in this game. And Jason and Karen. Kaser going strong in nominating Jason and Karen, 2 winners. With Janelle, Howie, and Will participating. Janelle wins her first veto of the season and uses the power of veto on Karen. But Kaser knows about this alliance of winners, and Erica is the replacement. Jason and Erica. So there is a coup d'etat twist. Eric wins the coup d'etat power. He does not use it. So let's see who goes home. Looks like Erica. Oh, I think it's a tie. The vote is 3-3. And the first winner to be evicted is Erica from BB4. Alright. And Howie wins his first head of household of this season. And he nominates Eric and Will. But this could completely change with the coup d'etat power. Drew, Jason, and Kaser participate. And Jason wins power of veto again. And he uses the power of veto on his alliance mate Eric. And we see Howie nominate Karen along with her BB5 alliance mate Karen and Will. Eric still does not use his coup d'etat. And we get Will, Karen, Will, Karen. And Will is evicted by a vote of 3-2. I think this is the last week he can use his coup d'etat. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in our final 7. Kaser wins his third head of household. And Karen and Eric are nominated for eviction. Jason, Janelle, and Drew are competing. And Karen wins power of veto. And she uses the power of veto on herself. So we have Jason and Eric nominated. But the coup d'etat means that Eric can use the coup d'etat on Jason. He names Janelle as the replacement. He can also use it on himself, and he names Drew as the replacement. So Janelle and Drew are nominated. So Eric votes to evict Janelle, Drew. And shockingly, having not won a comp and just sliding through, Drew is evicted by a 3-1 vote. And we have our final 6. 3 of them winners. 3 of them BB6 players. And Eric, the only one without a win. So Janelle wins her second head of household. And she nominates Eric and Jason for eviction. Let's see what happens when Howie, Karen, and Kaser play. Karen wins power of veto. And she uses the power of veto on Jason. And Janelle names former BB6 player Kaser as the replacement. And Kaser is evicted by a 2-1 vote. He played a very good game. We have our final 5. Eric wins head of households. He nominates Karen and Janelle. Everyone's participating. Janelle wins the veto like she used to do. She uses it on herself, and Eric names Howie as the replacement. And Howie is evicted by a vote of 2-0. He gets to the very end always, but he never is strong enough to pull it through. And we have our final 2 guys and final 2 girls. 3 out of 4 of them have won before. Karen wins head of household. And we have Eric and Jason nominated for eviction. So if Eric gets himself off the block, Janelle's likely gone. but Janelle wins veto. So we have Eric and Jason. And Janelle votes to evict former runner-up Eric. So we head to our final head of household with Jason, Karen, and Jason. Jason, Janelle, and Karen. Former winners of BB 6, 3, and 5, battling to see who can be the first 2-time winner. Janelle wins the first part of the HOH competition. Karen wins the second part. And Karen shocks everybody and pulls out the final head of household. And she votes to evict Jason. So our finale is Janelle with 2 head of households and 3 POVs, and Karen with 3 head of households, 3 POVs. They face the jury of Erica, Will, Drew, Kaser, Howie, Eric, and Jason. Kaser votes for Janelle to win. Jason votes for Karen to win. Howie votes for Janelle to win. Will votes for Karen to win. Eric votes for Karen to win. Drew votes for Karen to win. Erica votes for Janelle to win. Karen wins, beats Janelle by a vote of 4-3. So Karen is our first time 2-time winner of BB5 and BB7. Eric was voted as the favorite juror. We have our placements, and we see Nicole really struggled this season. Danielle, Lisa, Jack, and Hardy. And Erica struggled as the worst placing winner. Jason, Janelle, and Karen did pretty well as returning winners. All right. We'll go to the statistics, with Karen winning the most, followed by Janelle and Jason and Kaser. All right. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon with BB8.